My name is Lucy Esipila. I'm the Secretary General of Caritas Africa. I'm Kenyan, but I'm based in Togo. Caritas Africa is a network of 46 national Caritas organizations in 46 African countries, and it's the social development arm of the Catholic Church in Africa. So Caritas Africa is one of the organizers of this event. We are working alongside JENA and with support from Jubilee USA Network. And as part of our advocacy strategy, one of the things that we have been calling for is effective multilateralism and also issues to do with global justice. And Africa is facing multiple crises, and one of it is to do with finance and access to financial resources for us to be able to attain economic recovery. And this is why we convened this meeting, particularly with faith leaders, just to bring together the bishops, people from the Muslim community, and indigenous groups for us to deliberate on the issues facing the African continent and for us to devise a way forward to jointly conduct advocacy. So this is why we are here today. The development challenges facing Africa are complex. So most recently we've been discussing about debt, the issue of debt crisis, because most African governments are depending on debt to finance their operations. And we spend a lot of money financing the same debt. And we also do not have a strong manufacturing sector. And so we import more than we export. And as a result, we are having this balance of payment deficits. And if we are spending money on debt, it affects spending on the social sector. So we won't have money for health, we won't have money for education, we won't have money for water. Another issue that is facing the African context is the issue to do with food, the food system itself, and the impact of climate. Because food interacts with the climate system. The way we produce our food, we are using synthetic fertilizers, and we harm the soil. And the way we produce it, the way we process it, the way we market it, there's that interaction between food and climate. And if there's drought, communities are not able to take care of their livestock, or they lose livestock. So there's this aspect of loss and damage when it comes to food. And there's also the issue of unconstitutional changes in government. There are issues to do with governance, even when it's in the health system, and also management of public finance, and also public debt management. The issues in Africa are interconnected. If you look at climate change, it affects food security, it affects the communities, the way they form their livelihoods, and it pushes people to inequality. So where there's a group of people having a lot of money and food to eat, there's a group of people who do not have. And so we are here to look at the interconnectedness of global development challenges and seeing the role of faith leaders and how can we discuss this agenda and use our platforms to raise awareness for communities to understand that they can play a role in governance, for them to call for tax justice and advocate about the issues that are affecting them. And faith leaders play a good role because they are present in every level of society. And at least every other person subscribes to a particular faith. And so if they come to the mosque, if they come to church and engage, we can pass a message of awareness and also engage political leaders on their behalf. So the first thing is awareness raising. It is important for us to think about the kind of leaders that we have on board, so that when we elect our leaders, we are able to think about thematic issues. For example, people who will come with ideas around debt restructuring that will work for the people, or issues to do with tax justice. So if you're paying tax, how does the government meet us halfway? The social contract, we put the people in power, but on the other hand, they are supposed to provide us with security and our basic needs. So if we engage with communities in dialogue and on their priorities, so when people are coming to engage them during elections, they are able to make decisions based on thematic issues, political issues, and not just this tribal line. Another thing is also raising awareness at the community level on food systems, because I've mentioned that's one of the issues that we are dealing with. And one of the ways that we can do, we need to go back to the way our grandparents used to produce food, using organic manure. We don't need to depend on synthetic fertilizers. And if we start producing food organically and boost the local market, we generate income for the local communities. Another way is to open opportunities for dialogue so that government actors are able to listen to communities and to also pay attention to their needs. And at the international level, it is important for them to also ensure that we have monitoring and evaluation mechanisms for us to see how are we utilizing the resources given to us. For example, the allocation of our share of special drawing rights, the issues to do with loans. Much as they are coming to Africa, how do they support and change the lives of the communities who depend on them? Because if we are getting debt and depending on debt financing, but people are still going on the streets to protest, people are still feeling that they do not have tax justice, how do we meet each other halfway so that we are ensuring that the global financial architecture is taking care of the needs of the people who depend on them to make decisions on their behalf? Yes, so Caritas Africa would like to thank the Jesuits Network Africa for collaborating with us, and we'd also like to thank Jubilee USA Network. And we also like to thank all the bishops and representatives of faith leaders who have attended this event. The discussions are really interesting, and we hope that with the messages that will come out from this event, we can use them to continue to raise awareness of the issues that are affecting the different people in Africa, because our challenges are the same despite us being in different countries. And so we thank our supporters for enabling us to convene this event.